But that's how March is here. And I kind of feel like it's turning. So we're getting, I think it was almost 70 degrees last week. So who knows? All right, team, let's get fired up today. I listen on my walks, on my runs, when I'm exercising, when I'm washing dishes, whatever. There's a lot of different content I like listening to. And I ran into a good one that made me kind of think about things a different way. And I want to share that with you today because it relates to getting fired up, motivated for today. But I really want to talk about something that quietly controls almost everything in our life. And this really has to do with our beliefs. And I'm not talking about the obvious ones, not the things that you know are true, but the ones in the middle, the ones you've accepted as truth, but never actually questioned. Now, I came across this concept from a behavioral design expert. His name is Nir Eyal. So he was on this podcast I listened to on Modern Wisdom's, one that I like listening to quite a bit. And it really made me think. And he talked about this conviction spectrum. And on one side of this conviction spectrum, you have fact. And these are things that are proven, backed by science. They're objective. We really don't question them. Gravity exists. Sleeping impacts your health. Exercise improves your body. These are facts that we've gone through. For my flat earthers, the earth is round. All right. But on the other side, you have faith. And these are the beliefs that don't require evidence. They can have them, but they don't require them. They're based on meaning. They're based on trust. They're based on identity. Things like purpose, belief in something bigger, the values you hold deeply. And people can have strong conviction in faith as well. But here's the key. Most of our life is not lived in fact or faith. It's lived in this middle. And this is where it gets interesting, because most of what you believe about yourself is actually not fact. It's not proven. It's not absolute. It's a mix of your past experiences, your interpretation of those experiences, your emotions, and the story you've told yourself over and over and over. Things like, I'm just not disciplined. I always struggle with my weight. Man, I just never have been very consistent. I'm not good at X. And those feel like facts, but they're not. They're beliefs that we've built inside of us as we've progressed in our life. And here's where people get stuck. They take something that lives in the middle and they treat it like it's on the side of fact. They stop questioning it. They stop challenging it. They accept it as, this is just who I am. And once you do that, you just stop trying. So here's what we need to understand today. If it's not 100% fact, it can be changed. And that means your belief about your discipline can change. Your belief about your health can change. Your belief about what you're capable of doing can change. Because it's not fixed. It's constructed. So your conviction, or how strongly you believe in something, comes from two things. One is evidence. And the evidence is what you have experienced, what you have seen, what you have done in your life. That's evidence in your mind that you've seen these things, you've experienced them. The second is faith, and that's what you believe about yourself, what you think is possible for yourself. And it's that story that you tell yourself over and over and over. And those two combine to create your belief system. Now, you can build strong conviction around something that isn't true. You failed a few times, and now you believe, I always fail. You fall off your routine, and now you believe, I'm just not very consistent. That's not fact. That's a story. And if you repeat it enough, it becomes your identity. So here's the powerful part. If beliefs are built, they can be rebuilt. You can change them. And not just by thinking differently, but by doing something different. So here's how to start today. The first is you have to identify the belief. What do you currently believe about yourself that might be holding you back? Number 2, question it. Is this actually a fact? Or is it something that I've just concluded over time? Number 3, create new evidence. And you do that by taking action. A small win matters here. Show up for one workout, follow through on one commitment, do the thing you've been avoiding. This is why we tell you just come in and touch the wall, signifying Valerie's legacy event today. The golden handprint is just a symbol of touching the wall. Because when you do that, now you have new data. And the fourth part, you have to reinforce it. So now you have to start stacking those wins. And over time, your belief starts to shift. And once your belief starts to shift, behavior becomes easier. It becomes easier. So today I wanted you to do something simple. I wanted you to ask yourself, what is one belief that I've been treating like a fact that might not actually be true? And I want you to write that down. And then I want you to ask yourself, what is one action I can take today that challenges this belief? Not tomorrow, but today. Because the moment that you take action, you begin rewriting the story. And facts don't limit your life, beliefs do. Let me repeat that. Facts do not limit your life. Beliefs do. And the good news is beliefs can change. You are not stuck. You are simply operating under a belief that hasn't been challenged yet. So this week, challenge it, act on it, and start building a belief that actually serves you. So overall, let's have a great week. I want you to start, put in the chat when I post this on school, put in there what you're going to challenge. What is your belief and what is the action that you're going to do today that challenges that belief? And let's start building the belief of who we want to become. Because if it ain't fact, if it ain't faith, you're in the middle, it can be changed. It's truly just a perception of your reality. So let's change our perception and make this week great. All right, guys, thanks for coming aboard. Good to see all of your smiley faces today. I'll see you in the gym, in the clinic, 4% or more. See you soon. Thanks, guys.